Hey guys, welcome to another episode of We Coulda Done Porn. It's been an exciting week for us over here on the pod, so we're just going to jump right into the episode. Cue that theme music.
You know, Aaron, I've been thinking, has there ever been an episode where we didn't jump right in?
We had a few. I think when we first started, our intros would be like 20 minutes long before we decided to get into the actual show.
I recall those days.
Back when we were doing our fake promotional material.
Hell yeah.
Brought to you by IHOP.
and the IHOP with the new Denny's Hobbit breakfast menu.
Yeah, that's a good callback. That petition only got like 9 signatures.
It was worth it. But you know what? You know what the great part about that is that forever that website will hound us with actual political petitions.
Be like, listen, we don't care about all these people that are probably dying. What we do care about, you see, what's on the record of things we care about is getting the Hobbit menu back at Denny's.
You know what we should do? We should really get serious on the website. We should start lobbying for it. Like, we will, like, throw, like, our weight behind other petitions if they will make sure they sign ours.
Yes. Got to get on board with some candidates.
You know,
the 2020 race is coming up, Scott. We can be in this. We just need to find a candidate. And all they really have to do is, while they're on the campaign trail, they go to IHOP.
Yep.
And they'll be like, I would go to Denny's if they brought back that Hobbit breakfast menu. That was the best. And that's all they have to do the entire race.
Yep.
Like, everything else they do normally. But just that one specific thing they keep calling out. And, like, Denny's is like, what is going on?
I mean, God, can you guys make another Lord of the Rings movie so we can bring that menu back?
You know they would if they could.
They 100% would.
They're like, oh, but the Silmarillion's so boring.
It's just a giant lore book.
Exactly. They can't make anything out of that. I mean, they could. You know, Netflix could probably do... Oh, wait. Yeah, they are. I'm sorry. Yeah. Amazon is doing a Lord of the Rings show.
Yep.
That's right. I forgot about that. I wonder when that's coming out. I've seen a bunch of stuff about it.
Anyway. The only, like, original content that, like, is from a series that I'm looking forward to is Jon Favreau's Mandalorian show. That's going to be for the Disney Plus thing.
I thought they ganked that.
No. His show is still being made. Really?
I could have swore I read an article where they're like, nope, that's not happening anymore.
No. It's like there's been like stills and stuff, I believe.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Everybody was like really disappointed because I think at a certain point they ganked. I'll have to look into that. I don't want to give people
that later because if so, I've been talking about it on stream a lot.
All these people are like, I don't want to tell him. Should I tell him? Oh no, Scott can't take any more Star Wars heartbreaks.
I will literally cry. But anyway, man. So, Aaron, it's been a week. It's funny because like a lot of the normal housekeeping stuff we got to save for the end today. You'll find out when we get there.
Well, we could throw out the promotions as always.
Yeah, you do it. You worked more than me this week, so you do it.
I don't know if that's true. Well, okay, no, it's definitely true. So, as
Aaron,
you know,
Aaron, they're coming to get me. Do you hear them all?
They're coming for you.
I'm so scared.
Oh, God. Every day, every time we jump on this podcast, 1 million people in the city got to be dying or something.
Yep. I wish they would die quietly.
Right? Like in Florida, where you'll be eventually.
Hell yeah.
It's just a bunch of old people dying in their homes.
The only sound will be the occasional noise of an alligator lazily slithering past my window.
Well, that's why they go to Florida to retire. Because alligators will eat a whole person, like bones and all. So the old people just go by the swamps, lay down, and die. And then the alligators eat them in the circle of life.
The circle of life. Oh, God. But anyway.
So, as you might know, Scott and I have developed a parent company for the podcast called RomanBear Productions. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch. Scott has been doing streaming at RomanBear Streams. Roman Bear is one word, I believe, on most of these platforms. Like on YouTube, I need to correct that so that it'll find us even if you space them, because it doesn't at the current moment.
Yep. It's weird. YouTube, like, the thing that's weird about YouTube is, like, how much stuff is locked, but we'll talk about that at the end. So basically today, you've seen the title of the episode. I always do this, where I'm like, it'll be a surprise, but then you can see the episode title. We give it away every time. We're going to do kind of a like first month post-mort and talking about what's going on, and we'll explain what a post-mortem is when we get there.
It's the new autopsy report.
Except for the dead one is Aaron and Scott.
Yes. So I think that's really all we have for housekeeping. Maybe we should move into some achievements.
Hells yeah!
All right, let's head on over to Achievement Unlocked.
Woo-hoo! All right, buddy. So what is your achievement? I think I can guess, but you know what? Maybe you'll surprise me.
I ate 3 whole Happy Meals in one sitting.
See, guys, Aaron ain't McDonald's. You thought I was going to say that we made a bunch of cool content, but no, it's he stomach to... That was at the same time. He ate 3 Happy Meals. Can you do it? Because I can't.
Just kidding. It's the... obviously, my big accomplishment for the week is putting out our first ever YouTube, I guess not our first YouTube video. You put up your streaming stuff.
So it is our first real piece of content, because the other things, the streams, are put up. Mostly, it was like a trial run to like make sure the YouTube channel worked, because it doesn't appear for anybody until there's a video.
Right.
So I put those up there just for fun, and like I'm gonna try and put up some other stuff. We have a couple other playthroughs. I actually realized that a bunch of them are about to expire today, so I have to do that later.
Scott's created more work for himself than necessary.
Hells yeah.
But my first YouTube video is out. It's called Overthinking It. It is a video essay that I plan to make into a series of video essays, and this particular one is dissecting the movie Jurassic World, and it's an hour long. It was a huge project, and you don't realize how long an hour is until you have to fill it with 5-second long clips. So, woo! I actually, much to my fiance's annoyance, I pulled an all-nighter. I was up for, I think, 36 hours straight. And, like, I was turning into a crazy person, just staring at my computer like, no, it needs to be perfect. And I still didn't get it done by the day that I said I was going to get it. I mean, it was done, but not, like, done.
We forgot about rendering time.
Yeah, it took about... The first time I rendered through it, it was like, it's going to take about 10 hours. And I was like,
son of a bitch.
And then it didn't actually take that long, but also... The thing is that when I, like, as I'm working on it, I realize as I continue to lose more time, I'm like, oh no, I still have to watch the whole video from start to finish to make sure there's no mistakes. So after I rendered it the first time, I did a watch through, and there was a couple, like, technical mistakes, like really little things, like the frame, like I forgot to resize one video or something, and then a couple little things with the After Effects compositions, and I was like, no, I'm going back in. So, I wanted to make sure that it was the best thing I could put out, because I don't want somebody watching it and, like, if you disagree with the content itself, like the ideas and the story I'm presenting, that's fine. I don't mind that. Everybody's got their opinion. But I don't want anybody to watch and be like, he sucks at video stuff. No. I was not going to have that on my first YouTube debut. I wanted to make it at least, like, it's not, like, the coolest stuff I could have done, but I did not have time to put a lot of stock into the motion graphics. But I'm hoping that it's it's good enough. I paid enough attention to detail that at least you can look at it and go like, this is pretty good.
Aaron wanted to be beautiful.
Yes, it needs to be beautiful. It's my swan princess. For those of you who have seen for those of you that have seen the video, you know what that means. For those that haven't, please go watch the video and figure that part out for yourself.
Oh man. Yeah, it's banging, dude. Like I'm super into it. It's weird. It's one of those things where like I watched it and I immediately I was talking to my brother Sage and I was like, it's the single like best piece of content we've put together so far. I was like super happy because this is the kind of stuff that I've like wished I could do for a long time and just don't have the like technical skill or like ability to do so. And like together, like we can kind of cover all of the bases of all the things that I wish I could put out and like we get to now. It's fucking cool.
Yeah. I am really happy. As soon as it was done and uploaded, I was just like, like all of my soul left my body for a moment to go scrub, and then came back in and was like, oh, thank God that's done with. And I realized that I'm still like, I have another project to get done. The next Overthinking It will be out by the end of February. Mm-hmm. It'll be a lot shorter than this one, but still, I'm really like, this is the kind of content that I consume on YouTube. Yep. And I watch it and I go, I would love to make stuff like this, and I did. It's out there. It's in the world. It is something I did, and
yeah, I love
it. Nobody can take that away from me.
This is like a third of the YouTube that I consume as well, so I was like, this is glorious. Like, I love when I sit down for like dinner and meals and stuff. I like long form YouTube content like this a lot.
Yeah.
Like Red Letter Media and I can't remember any other like places right now. Like D for Darius used to do a bunch of stuff. Like occasionally Rocket Jump releases something. Yeah. All these guys, and I love that.
Well, what I did was I took the liberty of like going into our YouTube channel and subscribing to some people that kind of inspired me. In fact, 2 of the people are featured in my video. Lindsay Ellis obviously is one I keep talking about over and over again. And Pop Culture Detective is another one. I think he's about to release a video soon that's looking to be like a huge undertaking. So I'm excited to see that. But yeah, I would love to. The thing is, I keep wanting them to see my content, be like, validate me. I put you in my video. You have to watch it now.
I can feel that.
To make sure I'm not misrepresenting you.
Yeah, man. Now, I think on the opposite side of the coin, I have no achievement. I survived this week. I don't know. It's been a not fun week. Like, I've been having a ton of fun getting to do all the stuff and the content, but I'm in that crunch where it's like, a bunch of work hours have been getting cut and like been short and everything because the minimum wage went up in New York City as a whole, so everybody now makes more money, which is good, but at the same time I'm getting less hours, and like I had games cancel and I can't like reset stuff because I'm moving, and it's just I've been like hemorrhaging time.
That's really weird. Like, it's kind of messed up too. Like, just because a company can just do that, it's like, oh, the minimum wage is up. Well, like we can't really pay, so.
Yeah, so like I don't have as many hours, and I lost a lot of hours because of things that happened, like with games canceling and ending. Mm-hmm. And I can't, like, in good conscience, start up anything knowing that I'm gone in like 2 to 3 months. So a lot of my business is like shrinking. I'm losing clients because I can't replenish them because I can't maintain or promise a long form campaign or game or any of the usual services I have, and it sucks. So it's been a little more stressful and a little more like it's just getting through this week and not like imploding was kind of what happened.
I wonder if like I'm thinking now, like with your skill set, couldn't you like, I guess it really helps to be where your clients are, but I mean like because of the way the internet works, I'd imagine there's like a need for like you could you do games through like Discord and like kind of advertise yourself that way?
Do games online. Like in fact, there are DMs that professionally DM on like Roll20 and stuff. They go on, they get a Roll20 account, and it'll be like, hey, you can join this session. This is a one-shot on this day. Apply to be in it, and it's $5 to play. Or whatever, like, whatever you charge. And I could do that, but it means I then have to invest in Roll20, learn Roll20, and it's one more thing to add to my plate that I already have. And it's something I'm going to look into when I get to Florida to, like, do as a side gig and pick up money. But, like, here, it'd be adding a third, like, layer of jobs to what I already do.
Okay.
So it was just not, like, feasible as we are all starting to see where the extents of our time and ability to do stuff.
Oh, lie. Yeah. I had to take off a bunch of work, like, just to finish this. Mm-hmm. And this is something I do personally a lot, where I underestimate the size of these projects. And the problem is that I won't quit. I'm not the kind of person that goes, I bit off a little too much. I think I'll back off and kind of, like, just let people. I don't want to start apologizing like, hey, couldn't get it done by this day, I'm moving it back. No, I'm the kind of guy that's like, no, I said I was doing this. It's gonna fucking get done.
Yep.
And that is a huge flaw in my my planning and thinking, because it takes a toll. As I mentioned, I did not sleep for 36 hours straight, and I felt like shit. I looked pale. I was like, my teeth got that weird feeling where, like, you can feel the plaque on them build up, and, like, they feel like kind of wooden. It was awful. I've only pulled a few real all-nighters. And this one was worse because I was just constantly, like, staring at my I did not leave my seat for the full, like, 12 hours of the night that I was working.
Yeah, that's madness.
Just like, sitting there, like...
But, yeah, no, I definitely don't have any achievements this week. This week was just getting through, surviving, pushing on.
Well,
I
was somewhat intoxicated the last time we talked on this podcast. Did you mention the fact that you got affiliated and all that?
We did. Okay. That is a thing. In case anybody doesn't know, in case anybody missed the drugsplanation of Kingdom Hearts from last week's episode, we got affiliated on Twitch, which means that we can, like, you can now come over and you can drop some bits and see the bits fall in the bit cup. You can give, like, tips and donations, and you can subscribe to the channel, get our cool emotes and stuff. We're still figuring out emotes. We have two, but one's going to change. The other one is really cool and adorable. It's the one at the $10 level. I love him. He's fant. So we've been doing some cool stuff. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I am genuinely enjoying being on the stream. It's really, really fun.
Big shout out. We should shout out Rick for really helping us out with this artwork.
Rick Orange, man. You can find him over on Patreon and Twitter and everything. And the dude has been killing it. Every single time I need a new piece of art, that guy has it to me within a few hours. A lot of the time. Like, literally, I realized today that I'm missing a piece of art on Patreon that I thought was in there. I swore to the high heavens that I had all of our Patreon tiers had their art in there, and I had one that I never ordered from him, and he's gonna have it to me before the end of the weekend because he's the best. So yeah, thank you, Rick. We love you. We love you so much, Mr. Orange.
Yeah. I think you've managed some achievements. It doesn't feel like it, but all these things are little achievements.
Yeah, I think it was more like this week specifically. I don't think we crushed anything.
Yeah, it's just
we got
my
affiliate
video
last week.
Considering the video, that's like a big thing, and then everything seems somewhat small in comparison.
Yeah. But, you know what?
It's such a huge freaking undertaking, man.
Let's go. Let's find some more, like, hype things for a minute, and then just because I want to get into the meat of this show and just kind of, like, chill and talk. So let's hit the newsstand.
Extra, read all about it.
So we're both gonna say this. We both know it happened this week. So many years of waiting came to an end with Kingdom Hearts 3 on stream.
Still haven't played it.
Have you even opened your copy? Have you even put it in the PlayStation yet?
Yeah, I put it in the PlayStation to download it to make sure I had, like, a copy and that it worked. But I refused to touch it until, like, all of this video stuff was done because I really wanted to sit back and it just let the emotions
make sure
wash
you
over me.
you download the updates or else you won't have the secret ending. Yeah, so
Really?
the updates are not big, but they locked all the content for the end of the game. They didn't put it on disc because they were worried that it would leak. And sure enough, the entire fucking game leaked last month. So,
Wow.
yep.
That's crazy. Why would they have a secret ending? It's over.
So it's
Let
not
it be
over.
done.
It is the end of Xehanort. This is the end of the Xehanort saga. That is what Nomura has said.
I'm just gonna. I'm done. I'm done with this. Is it the end of Sora saga?
We don't
at least?
know. We just know that it's the end of Xehanort's saga.
Damn it. I mean, I sure hope so.
So
Does he have any more versions of himself that we
13.
have to kill? Did you remember the brainuloids? It's what happens when a body and the heart is destroyed. The brain has to go somewhere in the brainuloids. There's a brainuloid Xehanort.
No. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so I haven't played it. Just gonna say this: I saw like the artwork for the the main, the main like cover thing. Not the cover. They like, when you first open when you first start playing the game, the main menu page, and it's always him at the beach.
Yep.
They made his ass huge. Why? I don't understand. They made his butt so nonsensically big. Like somebody
I'm so
just
sad
drew in
that
a
you
butt.
haven't, started because there's a moment that I want to talk about, and we will talk about it next week.
Next week. I promise I'll play
a tiny
it
moment,
this
but
weekend
it's
because I really want to.
It's absolutely the best thing that has ever happened in video games. Remind me about super awesome moment. You'll probably remember it by next week. You'll see it and laugh.
Okay.
But
yeah. And you haven't yet
no,
finished the
I'm
game, correct?
5 worlds in. We've been doing basically 2 worlds
Okay.
per stream. Because each world is a good 2.5 to 3 hours.
Oh, cool. That's good. I'm really happy that one of the things I love about Kingdom Hearts is there's a lot to do. Like it provides a good amount of content.
It has content. I was
so
originally
I'm
planning
excited.
on trying to make this a 100% run, but I don't think I have the bandwidth to do that. I think my own Scottian attention span will be gone by the end of the game. For as good as it is, there's so many little things, and it's a lot of cool new mechanical stuff. So I won't tell you, but there's so much stuff to collect and do and max out and 100%. And
That makes me
love
happy.
it.
The reason that makes me happy is because from the first game to the second game, a lot of that stuff was lost. The first game, even if you were pretty much done with the game, there was still a bunch of secret stuff, a lot of items to get, all the Trinity things. It just there was just so much shit to do. It was oh god, I gotta. There's a secret entrance in the Alice in Wonderland level that I didn't notice. Stuff like that. So if it's what you're saying, I'm really excited to play because that's the kind of stuff I really loved about the first one.
It is back and in full force, but I have two. So mostly I've been consuming a lot of Twitch. I've been trying to get to know Twitch culture and stuff, and I'm kind of hooked. I'm really enjoying it. It's one of those things where now that I've been in the streamer seat, I know what it's like, and I've been jumping into a bunch of streams. It's really cool getting to go in and talk to people. It always feels really cool when you get mentioned or shouted out by somebody who's huge. There are thousands of people in there, and 100-something people going off in chat, and somebody chooses your question to answer. I've had that happen a few times now, which is really cool. But I have 2 specific guys I wanted to give a shout out to this week. One of which is my buddy Mythmatic. He's a really cool dude, and he's been helping me. He's given us a few shout outs and everything, and he's been talking to us about doing some RP streams and everything, and really kind of giving me the thought to maybe we should do some of that content. For years I've been a professional DM. I might as well take this to the internet and give it a try. Might be doing some stuff with him. Might also be doing something with my buddy Sakaris92. But we'll find all that stuff out. We'll figure that out in April when I'm out of here. And then the other one is a buddy of mine. Yeah. He's a good dude. His name's Odin's Wrath 97. He's a small-time upstart streamer just like us, but he's been playing Bloodborne and some Anthem and stuff with the Anthem demos. He's a cool guy. He's real nice. trying to get affiliated. I've become a big fan of his, just dropping into his streams, hanging out and chatting. He's a very nice fellow. So, if you're looking for another small stream to check out, yeah, those guys are cool. Yeah.
Cool. On my end, I haven't gotten to consume a lot, obviously, with this video.
But all over your rewatching of The Swan Princess for that joke.
I didn't have to rewatch it. That was the sad part. I knew.
I don't
knew what I
remember that
wanted.
movie at all.
We had the VHS, and I played it a lot. It was great. It's an amazing movie. Please watch The Swan Princess. It's a hidden gem to most.
I remember Fern Gully better than I remember Swan Princess.
Ferngully was another one that I still feel is somewhat of a niche movie, even though it had Robin Williams in it.
Not Disney movies.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. If it wasn't a Disney movie, then not everybody saw it or was expected to watch it.
Into obscurity.
I actually just learned when I picked up The Swan Princess that the company that made it was Sony, and I was like, whoa. Yeah, I was like, oh, right. They have an animation department, and I don't think I ever bothered to look into what some of their earlier projects were, because now they do Hotel Transylvania and whatever. Of course, Into the Spider-Verse was a fucking masterpiece, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Best line in the whole movie, though, is, "You should write a book, How to Offend a Woman in 5 Syllables or Less."
That's good.
It's an amazing film. John Cleese is the frog.
That is true.
The animation hasn't aged that well, but it's pretty good besides that.
You got anything else?
I will say, I'll just shout out, as I mentioned earlier, some YouTube people that I'm subscribed to, and that I put them as featured channels on our YouTube page.
But sure.
But Lindsay, I don't really know either. I just know that they pop up whenever you can look at our channel and see the kind of things we really like. Here's what we're featuring. So I think we have about 7 right now, the channels that I really appreciate. But Lindsay Ellis, all of my favorite content creators are dropping at once. It's the best. But Lindsay Ellis put out a new video that talks about Independence Day and War of the Worlds. The Steven Spielberg remake one. Kind of the shift in the alien invasion genre. That's a really interesting watch. I really love all her videos. They go into a lot of depth and talk about historical context and things like that. It's mostly 9/11. Just gonna spoil that. The genre shifted after 9/11. It just wasn't palatable to most people to watch a fun invasion movie. And it's probably the reason Independence Day 2 tanked so hard at the box office. What else? I think that's it. All my again, you can check out our YouTube page for all of the kind of the YouTube people I've been watching a lot recently, and obviously trying to kind of emulate in my own little way. And I hope that they see our content and give us some feedback on it. I've been trying to figure out how to reach them and just get some feedback for the content. Just, please watch it. Tell me, do you like it? Tell me you like it. So yeah, fun. Yeah, that's all I got for the newsstand.
All right. Well, you know what? I guess.
Wait. I'm sorry. The Good Place. So good. It is the best. I love it. It's the most simple, adorable show, and it just keeps getting more adorable and fun. It's really great. I highly recommend it. They're coming up on their season 3 finale.
We're gonna go get breakfast.
Okay, let's move to breakfast.
What about breakfast?
Welcome to the Breakfast Club. What is breakfast? You said something. You told me beforehand, and I don't remember.
Breakfast tacos.
Yeah, so breakfast tacos. These are a thing. They're bad. They're made with eggs. I don't get the purpose. I've seen them.
You don't have to put eggs in them.
I've seen so many of them where people just make like a fluffy egg and they turn that into the taco. Like a soft shell egg taco. It's weird.
I haven't seen that.
I've seen that at a place.
Oh no.
And it's just like there's a tortilla with just a giant egg and there's cheese melted to adhere the giant egg to the tortilla. And they put stuff in it. I hate them. They're bad. Aaron, why are they okay?
I don't think I have to explain to our audience why breakfast tacos are the best thing in the fucking world. They are the perfect delivery service for delivery system for breakfast. They just, when you're on the go and you're working hard, breakfast taco is the only way. There is no delivery system as good as the breakfast taco for breakfast goods. Like at work, even at my work here, they serve like tortillas, and then I just make 2 breakfast tacos for myself with egg, cheese, bacon, and
you
some.
Have food at work?
Yeah, I do. I thought I told you. I've told you this. I don't have.
I just don't pay attention, and I hate you.
Yeah. It is nice. It is a huge relief on like grocery bills.
I have cookies.
Yeah.
I can eat all the leftover after school cookies that I want.
That sounds amazing.
And a lot of times my players, when they order out, they will feed me.
Nice. My friends, I had a friend who worked for Pizza Hut, and he wasn't supposed to, but he just stole all of the breadsticks when they were going to throw them out. He's like, why in God's name should I have to throw these out? That's ridiculous.
Yep, that's a trick we learned in film school, that apparently a lot of these places that make products like daily, they have to throw them out at the end of the night for health code reasons.
Yeah. It's really sad.
If you talk to them, just hot tip for like young filmmakers trying to like get crafty food together.
Young poor people.
Yeah, go talk to like local places like Panera Breads and things like that. Because they throw out all their stuff at the end of the night, a lot of the times they're willing to donate it to like film school students or like younger people like trying to make movies or art or content. They will give it to you. You just got to go talk to them, show them that you're a real like person really making this project for like school or whatever. And like a lot of times they will do that. We did that for I think Bittersweet. I think we got a bunch of stuff from Panera.
You have no idea how much freaking cupcakes I ate. This is the reason I gained 15 pounds. They were just feeding me cupcakes left and right. They're like, hey, we made some cupcakes for set, but they're done with the shot. Who wants cupcakes? And like nobody else would eat them. And I'm like, what is wrong with you people?
Oh, dude, that was a weird shoot.
Anyways, so breakfast tacos, going back to that. Speaking of film, no, you don't get to. So for film shoots specifically, I find that like people love breakfast tacos because normally for low budget or lower budget films, there's not the whole breakfast setup. Like I've been to a couple of shoots where they had like a full spread in the morning, including a smoothie bar. Like it was crazy. So a dude making omelets, it was nuts. I was like, what the hell's... But for lower end, they usually have like a truck. They hire a truck to come to set. And like the month I was working on The Cobbler, it was just everybody was getting breakfast tacos. Breakfast burritos, more specifically. Like they're just the fucking best. Like especially we were shooting in December through January, so it was freezing, and they just get these things hot off the grill. Just incredible. And Nina and I actually have found a place here in Austin, like a truck here in Austin. And to me, I think the trucks are the best way to go if you're gonna get some breakfast tacos. If you can find a good taco truck, like just so good. Like this guy that we go to, all his tortillas are homemade. Like everything is fresh, like straight off the grill. Like nothing's like refrigerated and rethawed out or something, and it's just so good. Like you just get it right away, and it warms your heart. And he makes his own salsa. That's incredible.
Yeah, as you're talking about this, I'm like slowly in my mind inventing my like perfect, like if I were going to have one of these things, and like honestly, it'd be like the tortilla with like some like sausage links kind of diced up
There you go.
with melted cheese and maybe like some diced up like hash browns.
Yeah. See, that counts. That counts as a breakfast taco.
And then a cup of salsa on the side that I can dunk it in.
Yeah, you could do that. You could have ordered that on the film sets. Like I said,
I want that.
Like you're not gonna have like nobody wants to be holding a plate on a film set, like trying to eat their stuff in the cold.
It is very uncomfortable to do that.
It is. So you just get that sucker and you gulp it down, and it's the best.
Yeah, like when I get my coffee, like when I stop in Dunkin' Donuts and pick up a coffee, I literally have to walk like 30 feet into the subway, and it like with the fucking sub-zero temperatures that is New York now, because East Coast is sub-zero. It has won, hell has frozen over. We're all gonna die of just the cold.
We'll just be thankful you're not in the Midwest with that freaking polar vortex.
Seriously, it was 6 degrees when I woke up the other day. I was like, what is this Mickey Mouse boot squash? And so I like, my hands like hurt in that like 10-foot walk if I don't have gloves on. And sometimes even with the gloves on, it's just like, oh my God, it's so cold as I'm holding my coffee and my bag with like my sandwich or my donut. It's the worst.
Meanwhile, here in Austin, we're experiencing bizarrely warm weather.
Shut
Like
up.
it's been 70 degrees for like 5 days straight.
No one loves you.
It's so strange. But meanwhile, just north of us, it's like negative 50 degrees.
As a random shout out to the newsstand that has passed, I love the Shaggy meme.
What is Scott? Do you have any more context than I do about this fucking
I know
meme?
where it came from. Okay, so here's what it is.
This is important.
So
this is more important than breakfast tacos.
Yes, this is just, I opened my phone to check something and I saw this. So, the Shaggy meme, it is like the second major meme of 2019, the first one being the Sasuke Itachi thing. It comes from, so there is a movie for Scooby-Doo that came out a few years ago, and I don't know what the full context is, but there is a clip in the movie, there's an actual scene in which Shaggy absolutely bodies an entire bar filled with bikers.
I've seen that clip, but I didn't know that's where the meme came from.
So what happened is somebody cut it together with the Ultra Instinct, like, Dragon Ball Super music. Because it's him, like, slow ducking and dodging attacks, and then, like, hurdling people and, like, using, like, their own momentum against them. It's ridiculous. And it has spun out into this ridiculous meme about how Shaggy has Ultra Instinct, and he is more powerful than any character in the universe.
Any entity in the universe. It's like, he didn't even use 10% of his power.
My favorite one is one where he's like, doing one of the interview ones, and he's like, I actually, contrary to popular belief, I actually have used more than 1% of my power. Like, we used actually 90% to make this production, and they're like, oh wow, so you're using the majority of your power. The next screen is him with his eyes lit up, and he's like, you assume my limit is 100%. I was like, this is so good.
He just went full All Might. 1,000,000%.
Yes, it's absolutely a beautiful thing.
I've just been dying to know where it's come from. It just popped out of fucking nowhere, and it's been driving me crazy. I mean, they're hilarious, but I don't understand it. I like the fact that they also managed to combine both the Sasuke one and the Shaggy one.
Yes.
With Shaggy pinning him up.
It is really good. But,
it's just, meme culture is so weird.
It is. We should probably finish up, tacos. Do you have any final thoughts? Do you have a personal favorite form of breakfast taco? Like, what is your preferred breakfast taco?
You know, for me, simpler is always better. I like just a little bit of egg, cheese, maybe a small strip of bacon, and some salsa. Like, I'll do either I could do either pico de gallo or salsa.
You know, I guess I do technically make them when I'm home, like visiting and stuff. And when I used to do this when I lived with my family, I would make a whole lot of bacon, and then make like bacon quesadillas for breakfast, with like salsa on the side and stuff like that. Sometimes I would have like a little bit of like sausage, and I would like chop up a few sausage links and throw it in there. So I guess yeah, like I've made kind of these tacos.
This is just the easiest way because they're cylindrical. You could just shove them right down your throat.
Yeah, I love quesadillas in general. They're super easy to make and they're really filling. We keep them because like you can just make like 3 packs of chicken, dice them all up, and cook them, and then leave them in a Tupperware container. And whenever you want to make, like you're hungry, you reheat some of the chicken and you make a quesadilla. It's super easy. It takes like 10 minutes, not even.
These are anybody that's out there that's poor is like jotting this down furiously on their arm because they couldn't afford paper.
Yeah, honestly, like quesadillas or like cheeseburgers are like some of the easiest, cheapest things that you can make, and I love it.
I'm all for the just rotisserie chicken and vegetable diet. You can also like what I've been doing a lot lately. I've been like super into making lettuce wraps. Mm-hmm. I do just like ground beef, onion, and like sliced carrot, and I just cook that all up in some sesame oil, some wine sauce, and teriyaki. Not teriyaki sauce, soy sauce, with a shit ton of like red pepper flakes and sesame seeds, and God, it's so fucking good. I just eat the shit out of those, and they're
Everything
low calories.
With the lettuce sounds good.
Well, the lettuce is kind of like what makes it kind of work in terms of eating healthier because you're not taking it with carbs, which is something you would probably normally do. Like that same ground beef recipe also goes really well with rice. But right now I'm trying to limit my carb intake to certain time periods and stuff, and rice is just a no-go for me because it bloats the absolute hell out of me. But the lettuce is great because like it's like a crunch provided with a thing. You've never had lettuce wraps?
No, I don't like lettuce. It's bunny food. So with that, you guys can send us
just water.
Your favorite
crunchy water
breakfast burritos or tacos or whatever you want to call them. For now, we're gonna head to the main event because I just kind of want to sit and vamp a bit. So Aaron, today's topic is going to be a post-mortem on our first month of RomanBear being a thing. Like, really existing and fully rolling out as of...
just before the show started. We're finally up.
100%. So what a post-mortem is, in case anybody doesn't know, it's normally a film thing or like a TV thing as far as I know.
Besides the Pete's the Morticians.
Where you sit down and you sit down with like the other like people that worked with you or like even just yourself, and you talk about like how things have gone, the good, the bad, the ugly, and like what do we do better next time, what do we want to keep doing, all that stuff. It's literally a just like breakdown on like how did this go, what do we think, what do we feel, and I don't know, like this is something that normally me and Aaron would do off air anyway, and I don't know, we just thought it'd be cool to kind of like share with you guys this process, because I know stuff like this is always super interesting to me, because as somebody who wants to do this stuff and is now doing it, I love seeing like what like trials and tribulations like other people go through and how do they like overcome them, like how do they fix it, and you know, if we can like help one person, then fucking awesome. So I guess like first things first, I think all in all we both agree we've done like pretty solidly. We haven't crashed and burned yet, which is always, I think, a fear when you start anything, that like immediately like everything's going to explode and everyone's going to like hate you. They will uncover that that one gay joke you told in 6th grade to your best friend who is now like been abducted by aliens, and then the internet will flame you forever. That's how it works.
No, I don't
nowadays,
think
right?
so.
That's
I only think
like
that's a real problem
internet.
when the person doubles down. They're like, what's wrong with telling gay jokes? I was a child back then. How dare you? It's like, dude, just say, like, I was younger. It's okay. Like, we all make mistakes. I don't think, like, I think there's there's an idea that because you did something bad in the past, like, you're immediately never going to be, like, allowed to do anything in the world anymore. And, like, I can see where the thought comes from. Like, it feels like that. There's, like, a sense of it, but, like, I don't think so. I think people are just getting caught up in the outrage culture and like then forget about it and then move on to some other thing because that's how the internet works. I'm more just like, listen, if somebody like uncovers something about my past that like they think is offensive or something like that, one of two things is going to happen. Either it's not going to be the case and nobody's going to care, or I'm just going to be like, hey, listen, I was young. I made dumb mistakes. I can, like, basically the same thing that James Gunn went through. Like, James Gunn was an edgelord.
Yep.
And kind of an asshole. But,
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, that was his thing. That was his entire, like, Twitter persona.
But that's
was
the thing.
He
learned that wasn't a suitable way to live life and that he really didn't like the way he was back then. And he made real efforts to change. And, like, you can see...
Well, like, again, this is... So before we really, like, fall down this rabbit hole, because we're gonna disagree a lot here, where, like, James Gunn is... His whole thing, because you're... From what I have read, is not that he changed as a person, it's that he's like, I'm not that type of entertainer anymore. It's just, you change. Like, it'd be like listening to somebody like Bob Saget, who curses and is absolutely obscene when he does stand-up comedy, and then comparing him to, like, Bob Saget on Full House. They're different people. They're different aspects of the same person. It's a different context.
Wait, hold on.
But regardless, we're going to stick to us.
I have to say that for James Gunn, from, like, what his brother has come out and said, and from the people who have worked with him in recent years, like, he is not the same person. Like, he's grown up a lot. And, like, you could see through his work, like,
I'm sure, like,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
People grow up and change, but, like, his point, like, from what, like, I read about, like, his own statements, not, like, from other people, not even, like, his family. He said that, like, he did that, like, that was his shtick. That was his, like, his angle. And maybe it wasn't a good one. Like, that's objective.
You mean
comedy
subjective?
is like, a subjective thing. Yeah, that's what I meant. I can't words. It's a comedy subjective. It depends on, like, your point of view and who you are and, like, what you find amusing. Like, that's just reality, you know? So, like, he himself was like, that was my brand of comedy that back then. It's not anymore. Oh, well. But regardless, like, I was, again, like, making more of a joke about that whole, like, thing. The real issue whenever you make a channel is you're worried about whether or not you're going to get people to come to it.
I'm actually hoping.
And like, whether or not...
piss some people off. If we're not pissing people... If we're not pissing people off, we're not doing our fucking job right. You know what's funny? My mom contacted me after the video released, and, like, she really liked it and everything. And I asked her how I handled the more sensitive stuff in the video, because I do talk about, like, sexism and racism towards the end of the video. I touch on it in terms of how it relates to movies. And she's like, it's good. I think you were sensitive to the subject, and you backed yourself up with facts. You might make some white men angry. I'm like, good. Bring on the white men.
Aaron likes it when the white men come at him, if you know what I'm saying.
There's the gay joke that's gonna get us fired. There it is. It's on the pod. The one. Great.
I did it. I think that's gonna be the key going forward. Is when in doubt, blame Scott.
He can take it. He'll be fine. Well,
Hell
shouldn't
yeah.
you give it? Shouldn't you put the blame on me? I'm white. Everything will work out for me.
Yeah, okay. People think I'm white, so it works out fine.
As long as you don't have the, as long as you're not obviously a different race. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. But no, man. Like, I think like that was I know for me because so I think most people probably know, but the way like the whole RomanBear like Productions like thing works is that me and Aaron have like split responsibilities. So I handle everything Twitch. I do my best to like manage like Twitter and to like I'll be overseeing the Patreon, which went live today. I'll be dealing with like all that nonsense. Aaron is like the YouTube channel. Aaron is the podcast and stuff like that. That's all him because that like takes actual skill. So that's kind of how the work has been divided. Like we each understand that we have our own strength, and so I've been leaving like a lot of the YouTube things kind of to Aaron's court, like figuring out how to like make the video, and we both watch a lot of the same stuff. He actually watches a lot more of this style of content than I do, despite the fact that I enjoy it, and so like I had complete faith he could like handle that. It was just whether or not we can get it out on schedule, which we almost did.
I'm not that like
we got
I'm
close.
bummed that we didn't get it out Thursday because I think there would have been a larger audience. Just between like Thursday and Friday, like when people are at work, they tend to like watch content like that because they're bored. I would have loved to have gotten out. I really tried. Like I said, I ran into technical issues and I just didn't want to turn in something that was half-assed. There was just no way. I would rather bring something a little late that's perfect. So yeah, and it's just this last week, I think I've just mainly been focusing on the video, so it's really been just a push for that because I think that is going to be a big part of our content moving forward is going to be these videos, and hopefully we garner enough of an audience to like really make that side of the equation work. And then here's the thing, whichever thing happens first is going to subsequently help the other thing. So like if I get a bunch of YouTube views, I'm going to be sending them to Scott to watch on Twitch. If Scott gets a bunch of Twitch followers, he's going to send them over to YouTube. And those audience...
Which reminds me, I need to build a YouTube
I thought you did. No, that was the WCDP cast, right?
Yeah, the podcast...
which is really cool.
I
didn't know about that kind of stuff, so... Scott is handling some cool stuff on his end. Like, I don't know how Twitch works. Scott in the middle of a stream was like, "Aaron, fix the moderator thing," and I'm like, "I don't know what I'm doing."
Yeah, I had to pause the stream and go fix it because. So I you know what? I guess we can each kind of individually go down like sort of what our month has been like. Before we both just spiral out of control for an hour, because that's our normal like MO.
That's my favorite.
Take off my jacket because now it's getting hot in my room. Yeah, it's annoying because it's been super cold outside. It's been absolutely balls cold during the day, but at night the heater kicks on because they know people are home, so they have to have heat on, and it gets really hot. There's no happy medium. Anyway, so like. Overview of like the whole month. I started streaming on Twitch at the very beginning of the month, somewhere around like the 5th or 6th.
Wow, has it really only
month.
been a month?
I think it was like
Holy
7th,
shit!
Actually, because like that's when I got back. Yeah, man. I didn't get back into New York until January 5th. And you know, I went in with these very like super long-term expectations. I was like, we will get affiliated by summer. We will get partnered in the next like 2 years. Like these are like the goals, like super fucking long, super raked out. Like I was barely figuring out how OBS worked and getting things together. And I like our first stream, like our first like weekend of streams, I went live with just me playing Mutant Year Zero. I didn't even like finish the playthrough. We did like 2-3 episodes of it and like just trying to figure out how to like communicate with chat and like deal with all the weird things. Like one of the worst things that like for my kind of paranoia is that I did my whole setup my first night back, and I realized I don't have an external webcam, and my laptop is, of course, what, like, I run everything off of, and so I have to have a profile, like, view set up, and that bothers me so much. It, like, eats me up on the inside that I have to have a profile view of myself when we stream, but we've learned to work with it, and, like, it's still like that until, like, I can get a webcam. So, like, that was a thing that I had to deal with. Our first 2 streams, there was no overlays. There was nothing special. It was just game and me in a corner awkwardly blocking a bunch of stuff. And, you know, over the next week, like, I got to... I was also terrified that nobody was going to show up. I was like, we're going to get 3 viewers, and it's going to be, like, my brothers and, like, a third rando that's popping in and out, or maybe one of our other friends or something. But like we got views. We picked up. We got followers within like we're at like 60 something followers now. And I mean, the affiliated thing I thought was going to take till summer. We got in 19 days, which floors me. As somebody who still has trouble accepting the fact that there are people that like come back every week and listen to this show. after almost a year.
Still great.
It's awesome and I love it, and like it's one of those things where like I know how like weird and insincere it can sound when people are like, man, you guys are the best, but like you fucking are, because like I'm getting to like readjust future plans and try and really dive into this and really do this as like life. Not that we're like make enough to do it, but like I luckily have the advantages to make a push at this. It's cool. And like the fact that we got affiliated in just a few weeks, I got rated my first second weekend or first weekend out, which was really cool. That was a thing I thought was like a fairy tale and never happened. That like you would get rated by a bunch of people, and it was really nice. I got invited to a Discord channel and called Survive With Us. They're a bunch of really nice people who help small streamers build their confidence, build like their streams, and grow and get affiliated and continue past that. And they've been a huge help for me. And they help us with like a lot of technical problems and things like that. It's been a good couple weeks. You know, and I'm dealing with like some little things. Like my number one issue right now, and this is something I knew going in, but we're doing Kingdom Hearts 3 on the channel, and I knew, as just somebody who like I have my brothers both know Twitch really well, and I get how like metrics and like people like viewership works. I knew that when I started streaming Kingdom Hearts 3, our viewership was going to drop because every major streamer is playing Kingdom Hearts 3 right now. But it still like makes me nuts. Like when I look up and I see like one person or two person, like there's that like little blow on the inside, and I'm like, I know it's because I'm choosing to play this game and I'm playing this game on stream because I want more practice and I want to play this game because it's like what I'm most excited about. But it's you know, getting over that like little like mental hill in your head, like in your own head, and getting okay with it. That's that one's been like the rough one for this past weekend, but I don't know. I think that like the stream looks like a real stream. We've switched from OBS to Streamlabs OBS after a bunch of people kept suggesting it, and that it's a lot easier and has a bunch of really cool extension widgets. Like I got to add some things that were like requested by some of our regulars. Like we have the little follower bar thing, which is really like common. Like that should just be a thing. It's the easiest way to be like, hey, you're awesome. You followed me. I see you. We have a bits cup. We have a little bits jar now because apparently people really love those. I think it's funny too that like whenever you drop a bit, like it just falls in and it looks like Space Invaders bring it, which I think is fun.
I would love to look at these things, but because I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 3 yet, I have not seen Scott's Twitch stream in quite a while.
Yep. But I guess the other things that like have been going on is like it looks better. Because we've been like teetering down because Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm paranoid and I keep thinking like I need to add more content, but we've already extended our schedule out. We now stream from Fridays through Tuesdays, so it is 5 days with 5 hours each. Like we put out 25 hours of content. We've done almost 100 hours of streaming this month, which is, it's crazy, but it goes by so fast and I really enjoy it. That's all like the basics thing. I think the other like wall that I've hit, and this is something that I've been looking into how to deal with it and like how to grow past this, and it's a weird one, is building the stamina to go like on streams longer than like 5 hours.
But why?
And so like it is recommended to stream like over 2 hours every time you stream, because like it's not normally until like over 2 hours that you start hitting like that you've been there for a minute and like other people have logged off and like people are starting to see you. Because streamers will stream for like 9 hours a day, because it's your full-time job. And so I'm trying to get there. I think what I'm really thinking is going to happen is I might bite a little off of Carnage when I get down to Florida, and what we might do is 2 4-hour streams each day, and we'll have 2 different games throughout, and I'm working on some stuff, and you know, I'm looking forward to like seeing what the followers in the community that we're starting to build wants to see us play, because I'm always going to play things that I want and that I really like and that I'm super passionate about, because that's how you get the best content. But like if there's crossover, if there's things that like people would like to see my specific take on, I would love to hear that. And like there's now a Patreon like tier, actually, that's one of the options, is you can be like, Scott has to play this game.
But what
which is fun.
happened to Scott has to build this Lego set without instructions?
No.
Yes.
No. Don't
This is
start.
gonna be a thing. I'm
Stop turning my chat against me, Aaron.
I have a lot of sway in the chat.
Aaron likes to stop in chat and sway them against me. I don't.
I'm pretty good
appreciate
at it.
It feels bad where like suddenly the whole chat is like the claw and they just follow him into whatever he's doing. It's bad. And then Sage betrays me too and goes along with
Drunken Aaron was probably my best appearance ever.
yeah, that was a good time. You know, on a lighter note, the one thing that I have been trying to get used to, and I've been trying to make sure I like vocalize this on stream to correct people so it doesn't become a pet peeve of mine forever. It's the littlest thing, but it's something I should have known as somebody who's been part of like gamer culture and like internet culture since I was like in middle school. Because our name is RomanBear Productions, and it's RomanBear streams on the stream. When I go anywhere, when I'm in a Discord server, like talking to people, when I'm in somebody else's stream, like interacting with the streamers in the chat and getting to know people and like generally kind of like trying to become part of the community because I'm really having fun doing that. Most people's instincts are to call me Roman.
That's me.
And it's weird to explain to people. I'm like, actually, that's the other half.
I'm the first half.
And it makes sense because it's the first word you see, but I was like, actually, I'm
Please
Bear.
call me Bear.
Yeah. So it's actually funny. It's like slowly circulated around the Survive With Us chat that like I'm
Please,
Bear, not
Roman was my father. Call me Bear.
It's such a small thing, and I like it, but it like
It totally
It's-
makes sense.
it's just weird because I'm like, no, that's Aaron.
Like and the funny thing
that's
is
not
that's
me.
how I would prefer to be referred to in like a comment setting. Like I'm not used to being called Aaron still. When I was on the base growing up, I
Yep.
would be called by my last name because I was in JROTC and we always used last names to identify each other. And it just kind of stuck. Like it was just, it rolls off the tongue better. And there's always a ton of Aarons everywhere I go. So
Yeah.
Roman usually works better. But that's great. So if I'm ever around, they'll get me right. I'll be like, I'm Roman, this is Bear.
Yeah, it's quite funny. It's super weird. Getting used to that. Also, just like learning the ins and outs of like Twitch's back end aren't super hard, but like extensions, I couldn't get. I got like one extension to
Nice.
work, which are like little widgets and add-ons to the page. I am fighting to figure out how to fill out our info page. I have seen some banging ones. Like my buddy Mythmatic, he has his info page looks like a comic book. Where each of the things that lead you somewhere else, whether it be like to his Discord or like his Patreon or like whatever else, whatever you click on, whatever like is a different panel on a comic book page going down.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so cool. Like we need something like that. How? So I'm gonna figure that out.
Needs to be
eventually.
very
I don't
Roman
get it.
themed.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like we might use the Patreon bears again.
Okay.
Because I like them.
What I should do is I
feel
should
like they need to get more mileage.
like, can you add? Excuse me, that
Stop your
came
time.
out of nowhere. Can you add your own animations?
I don't know if you can have animations.
That would be kind of fun. I would gladly animate a little Roman bear.
We can definitely look and figure that out. I know you can write codes and stuff. Like, if you can get somebody who can write an extension, you can do things like put, like, characters or have, like, a follow pop up as the Roman bear and stuff. But it's all things that we would need to learn how to do ourselves. And as we fall deeper into the rabbit hole, I'm learning more and more things.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm going to see how much that I can do myself and how much we will have to eventually outsource. Thankfully, a lot of that's a tomorrow problem type deal. Where the channel as a whole is healthy, like for a Twitch channel
For a
that's been around
for a
less than
newborn
month.
Twitch channel, it's looking pretty healthy. We're not looking at
Yeah.
We're not looking at sudden deaths, sudden infant death.
Yeah, which is kind of what I was like afraid of. I was genuinely afraid that like we were gonna go out, we were gonna launch, and then like nobody was gonna hang out. Like it was gonna be my brothers, and that's it. Also, this is important. This is a really cool thing that I learned, and this is super important for anybody who is a Twitch fan and wants to like support people they like, not even just us, just anybody. If you are lurking in a channel and you mute the stream itself, Twitch no longer counts that as a view. So if you need to turn the volume down, turn it down to like 1 or mute the page. If you go up on most major web browsers, you can mute a page using the tab. So do it that way if you're trying to support somebody and you have to click off the page, because if you don't, then they lose the view, and views are actually the metric at which Twitch like measures you and how well you can grow, and it's also what determines where you sit in like lists and standings and stuff. So it's really important. I learned that this week because I've done it a few times where I've like popped into a buddy's channel and then I have to like do work, so I will like mute it and like do some other things and pop back in every few minutes and like see what news going on. And now I just turn the volume down like low. And do it that way. So it's a really good thing for anybody who watches Twitch and is a fan of it. It's a
I
big
really
deal.
should make my own Twitch. The reason being, and I don't really like watching streams as much, but a little while ago, a YouTuber that I really like, H-Bomber Guy, did a charity stream and made over $300,000 for a trans support group that I guess was like gonna go under. And it was really cool. Like
It was a dumb long stream too. It was like 50
he was
hours.
playing Donkey Kong 64 all the way through, which is so insane. And like I kind of knew he was gonna do that. I just didn't know when, because I watched the YouTube video that was based off of. He was doing like he did like a whole like hour-long video about speedrunning games. And one of the sections goes into like a Donkey Kong 64 speedrun. And so at the end he was talking about doing a charity stream where he would play Donkey Kong 64 straight through. And I could only access it through our channel. And I wanted to donate, but I was like, wait, would that come from Scott? I don't know how this works. I also just didn't know how to donate. I was like, what do I do? So, I mean, like, for things like that, I think I would gladly just join the chat for a little bit. What was crazy is when I found out about it, I was stalking Lindsay Ellis on Twitter, basically. I was like, oh, maybe I can try and contact her through Twitter. I have not attempted to do that yet, but I was like, we'll just add her we'll follow her on Twitter. And then when I followed her on Twitter, I immediately saw her post talking about the stream. And I was like, oh shit, that's happening right now. And so she was on, like a couple other people I know from YouTube were on. I was like, this is so crazy. So there is like a cool element to that. It's like it was like a little community that, it's that like parasocial relationship thing where you like these YouTubers and like you're seeing them kind of all talk together because they've built a small community with themselves. Like Lindsay Ellis, H-Bomber Guy, ContraPoints, like a lot of these people know each other and like talk to each other. In fact, the last couple, I've seen like a couple of things where they would do YouTube live videos with like H-Bomber Guy and this guy called Philosophy Tube. He's a good channel as well. It was just cool, like hearing them all talk to each other, like the fact that they actually know each other and don't just make reference to each other and all kind of hanging out on the stream for a good cause. I was like, this is really cool. This feels like a community. I kind of get it now. It's not like streaming is not something I get that much, but I could feel for this. This felt like, okay, I can get what people like about this.
Yeah, and that's the thing for me too. Is like, again, I know I talked a little bit about this before we like started the Twitch channel and everything. Was that I watch very produced streams. When I say produced, I mean like I watch like shows on Twitch. I watch all the kind of funny shows, which are all like news type shows or morning shows and stuff like that. Like they have a set, they have a desk, it looks like TV. Or I watch things like Team 4-Star Stream, which Team 4-Star Stream is, it looks like a stream, but not 100%. Like, there's normally, like, 4 of them on a couch, and then, like, they're playing a game together. It's a lot of their stuff is like that, or it's, like, 4 of them on like, at a table talking about stuff. That's the kind of stuff I really get into. Or Critical Role, which, again, it's a live stream, but Critical Role is a bunch of them sitting in a very nice, very well-made set. And so I didn't fully understand why people loved it so much. It was just a thing I felt I could probably do. And as I've started, like, for the past, like, year or two watching more and more Let's Plays, I was, like, starting to get it because I watch a lot of Let's Plays from, like, YouTubers, not streamers. And I was like, okay, I get the Let's Play thing now. Like, that clicks with me, that jives. And as I've been in this and, like, being like, okay, I'm in it, but I can't get better unless I watch how other people do it, unless I, like, see, like, who around my level is doing well and, like, getting bigger and building what, and then, like, who do I actually like out of these people. And I know I talked a little bit last week that I discovered I really don't like a lot of, I don't like not seeing a streamer's face. It's just a thing for me. I get it sometimes. Like, I know Mythmatic, when he's in an RP stream, because he does role-playing streams, he doesn't put up his face, but when it, like, if they're logged out of the server, or if they're, like, doing something else, he has other camera setups and other scenes where he will switch to, so you can see him. So, like, there is a point in time in the stream in which you get to connect with him, but when he's in-game, it makes sense, because you're supposed to be in character. So, like, that's a good moment, but when I pop into somebody's stream, and they're playing, like, Kingdom Hearts, or, like, another single-player game, or, like, anything, really, and I can't see you, I can't see your reactions, I can't see what you're doing, I don't know who you are, I'm just watching gameplay, and if the gameplay's not top-notch, then why do I care? Like, if I'm not watching somebody that's, like, pro-level play Overwatch, then why am I watching you?
Yeah.
And that's a very, like, me thing, and I think it's probably a pretty common sentiment, and it's been a pet peeve a lot when, if I go into your channel, if I don't hear you speak, if I hear the person you're talking to the mic speak way more than you, and I'm getting to see, like, learn who they are, I don't care about your channel anymore. These are all, like, things that I'm starting to learn. I'm like, oh, this is really unique, and it's cool because next month I plan on doing Anthem, because I'm really excited for Anthem, and Anthem is it's a game that's going to be around for a minute, I think, especially after playing the demo this weekend. And I think it's going to be something that we can be like, oh, every weekend, like, Saturday is our Anthem day, like, we do, like, a double stream of Anthem, or, like, maybe it's, like, Friday, Saturday, late night, we do, like, all of our Anthem dailies.
Yeah.
It could be cool, especially, like, if I get into it the way I was into, like, Destiny when it first came out, or Final Fantasy XIV the first couple years it was around. It'd be fun. I also miss having a game like that, because I do love having those. It's just, like, my biggest thing with Final Fantasy XIV is I didn't have friends around. My friends and I, like, our schedules don't mesh for, like, my free company. And because it costs money every month. And it's not that it's not worth it. It's just that I don't have it. So, like, stuff like that. It's really cool. I like it. And it's been fun learning the culture and learning, like, the people and, like, how it works and everything. I do need to figure out how to raid into other people's channels, how to auto-raid. Because I know it's a function, but I don't know how to do it. I feel bad. There's a cool dude, his name's Tubbs Jerry. He has been raiding us for the past few days. Every time he finishes his streams, just raids over with, like, the handful of people that are hanging out with him still. But I don't know how to do it, and I feel bad, because I can't, like, pay it forward and raid somebody else when we do have those nights where we end with a good number. And I feel bad. I swear I'll learn. But anyway, I've prattled a lot about the stream. Aaron, how do you feel about, I guess next up we can do the YouTube channel. We can talk overthinking it, and then we can talk about, like, how the podcast is doing.
So, I have a lot less to say, but that's mainly because I've technically only just started. Everything up until yesterday was getting ready. And honestly, like, what's weird is it just didn't feel real until maybe a week and a half ago when I actually started doing the video stuff. You know, I was doing a bunch of research for, like, the first part of the month and trying to write the script and just, like, oh, this is coming out so long. And I don't know, there was a part of me that just didn't believe I was about to make this humongous video.
Yeah, it's weird, because, like, up until the moment I hit, like, record on the first episode, I was like, I'm not gonna really do this. Like, I could not do this. I could choose to stop. I could choose to not go be weird on the internet. But then I clicked record. I was like, fuck, we're doing this.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. So, yeah, I was, this last week has been just an enormous amount of effort, and like I just those nights I stayed up and I'm just thinking to myself, like, this is going to be out on the internet, people are going to see this. I've been weirdly over optimistic about the whole thing. I'm like, we're going to get like 100,000 views in the first week, it's going to be crazy. That is not how that works, and I need to stop setting my expectations so high. It's doing well, as Scott has informed me before the show started. It's doing fine.
Yep. Yeah, it's funny because that's actually the weirdest thing is like, while I have managed my expectations, I'm still always like a little like, man, I could have been better afterwards. And I guess that's a good thing where I'm like, I know that we're going to go in and are like, we might hit 5 views tonight. Like we are like, our maximum viewers will be 5, but we'll probably hold on to them. And I'll get out and I'll be like, but we could have had 8.
We could have had 8.
And that, like, I don't know, that's my thing is, making sure that I never let that number bother me. And that's a thing with that's just a good tip for any content like creator. Don't let it bother you. Like, do the stuff you can to help encourage people to come to your stream or to come to your YouTube video or your Vimeo or whatever like nonsense you use, your Instagram, whatever. Do the footwork, like tell friends, tell family, put it out on all the social media stuff, tag it with the right things, tags are really important. Like that, how you brand your content is important. Yeah. Do all that, and then let it go, and make sure that it's the best quality it can be. Make sure you are doing having the most fun and doing the best that you can, and don't worry about it. It's hard.
No,
because
I've been
trust me,
lurking.
I mean,
watching the numbers tick up by 1 every hour. Like, come on, baby, come on.
Yeah, man. Like. I was the same way when WCDP launched. I'm like that with every stream. I actually changed my stream setup a little bit, and I'm really glad OBS has this thing where I don't have to have Twitch open to see chat. So I don't pay as much attention to the viewer count because it's not in this big bright red letter at the middle of my stream.
I'm not as affected by the numbers of WCDP either. Like, we've definitely gone down a lot, in terms of. But it's also because I haven't pushed it as much financially with Facebook ad money and stuff like that. But I mean, it is kind of a bummer, but it does. I don't check it as often. I used to check it all the time. And now we're at an average of 40 viewers an episode. 40 listeners an episode. And it doesn't bother me as much because I know we're doing a bunch of other stuff. And if even one of them is a success, like I mentioned earlier, there's a high chance that the rest will follow.
Yeah, man. I'm glad that we have the listener base that we do, and I'm glad that everybody we have such consistency and that people stick around and it gets downloaded and listened to, and it
is consistent. So it is nice to know that 40 people consistently usually listen to our podcast, and that's okay, yeah, that's nice. Yeah,
that's awesome. That's more than the -3 we expected all those years ago. We thought people were gonna try and forget about listening to it.
Somehow the number ticked to below 0.
We're how did that work? Did they played it and they rewound it and listened to it that way?
I wouldn't be surprised. So YouTube wise though, I do have high expectations, and that's because I know there's a hunger for that kind of content that I put out. And I think I've done a pretty good job. Now, I don't expect the numbers of the people that I watch on YouTube because they are established and they have their people already. But I am hoping for one of their, because I notice a lot of those YouTubers also usually promote other people they watch and they have much lower numbers, but they still have decent amounts.
Yep.
So even if I get to one of those tiers, I'm happy with that. Right now like I said, we're doing well. I just released the video yesterday. I shouldn't be freaking out that it hasn't hit 10,000 yet. The really hard part is just going to be getting seen.
Yeah. Is just going to fighting that YouTube algorithm.
Yes. What's the hardest part for me, I think, will just be like getting somebody outside my general circle to like it, share it, and for that to like keep its momentum. Like I said, I know people are out there looking for this kind of stuff. I know me personally, I'll watch like all my favorite YouTubers and just have like a hole, be like, no, now I have nothing.
Yep.
And like if my video manages to squeeze itself in there somewhere, then all will be right with the world. Because people just they like watching this kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm hopeful for it. I just don't know how long it would take. So maybe it'll take a few videos for it to kind of like figure, like the algorithm to figure out its place in the YouTube sphere.
Yep.
For it to start showing up and like, this might be a recommendation for you. Either that or maybe we can like, I'm trying right now to figure out how I can get the attention of some of the YouTubers I like. And kind of figure out whether or not they're like, even if they just share it, their audiences would help a lot.
Yep.
Like just simple things like that. Like my dad shared it, and he's got a ton of friends on Facebook that don't know me that well. But like if even a fraction of them like the video, then I'm cool with that. So
yeah, I feel you there.
Yeah. But old people don't know technology and they don't know to like the freaking video.
Yep. It's weird because I know like everybody knows about like liking, subscribing, all that stuff helps, and it's become a joke on the internet. But the reason you have to say it is because for one, like it's call to action. Like it is, because I can't tell you how many times I've been like super into a video, and I'm like halfway through, I'm like at the end, and I'm like eating dinner, and I'm like that was really good, and I'm about to hit the next button, I hear it, and I'm like, oh, I did like this guy a lot. I should find him. Like I found recently, I'm a big fan of Did You Know Gaming and all the Did You Know like family of content.
Mm-hmm.
And I always forget that most of their episodes are done by like guest people who have their own YouTube channels and content. And a couple of the guys that I really like, I started following them. Like I started following Cartoon Gamer and Mathwiz, who are both guys who do like just like little nerdy weeby videos and stuff, and I like them. And I mean, I've heard their voices for like over 2 years, and I just followed them this summer because I was like, oh shit, like this is how we support other creators, is by doing this. And it's so easy to not remember to do that because you have this little slice of content that you like from this one person, and you forget that like, oh, they do these other 7 things and I can have more of them if I wanted to. And I've been myself like trying to be more conscious about supporting the people that I like in any way that I can.
Yeah, me personally, like I would love to start actually supporting people Patreon wise. Because I've never done that, and I really like these content creators, and I'm not helping in the slightest. Like, I'm just watching you try and wing it.
Yeah, like, I've been a Kind of Funny patron at the just $1 level since they went live. They had, like...
Right.
It's been, like, 4 years that Kind of Funny's been around now. Yeah, 4, because this is their 4-year anniversary. And, like, it's awesome. It's, like, it's $1. But it helps. It does something. Like, that $1 goes somewhere. That bought LaCroix for somebody on set, and like that was awesome that day.
A LaCroix. That's great.
So
yeah, so as far as YouTube goes, like we have to wait to see with that. But the video I feel like is a real representation of the hard work I put into it. I am proud of it. I hope to see it do well. And what I really hope is just that people watch it and learn something.
Yeah, like again, like I think my streams have been going well, and I think like we're a decent stream, but hands down, overthinking it is our best piece of content we've made. It's the most polished. It's what I want our future content to look like. Like when we do stuff
you the ways
for YouTube, like I want it to always look like that.
It will. And I will continue to try and push as I always do, I'll try and push my own bounds and learn new things. And like, that's kind of the goal. And it really actually helps me keep keep up with the technology and learning like a lot. Like I want to make sure that I maintain my knowledge and technical skill when it comes to like things like motion graphics and stuff like that, because I haven't done them in a while.
Yeah.
And I still remember a lot of it, but there was a lot of stuff where I was like, fuck, I have to look
How
that up on.
do I things and buttons?
Yeah, YouTube tutorials are your friend. It's okay. Even if it's something small, like sometimes I'll forget how to just do the simplest thing, and I was like, so really glad to have that all done, and I will try and continue to make them even better.
Yeah, man.
Possibly more streamlined, so they're not 53 minutes long. But come on, this is like it's an hour of your day. Like just like if you're bored, then that's the best thing ever.
It's a damn good like first outing for us, I think. But as far as the podcast goes, like WCDP is still going to be around. It's always going to be around until one of us keels over, which might happen. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I still I still have one goal that I really want to reach. I still want to do a live show at Full Sail University.
Yeah, and that'll be a cool thing. I think it's something that we can get to eventually. As everything grows, you know, rising tides, something all ships.
Something about ships and tides.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's sayings.
Glass ceilings and
I think what I definitely learned this month is just trying to, for one, pacing myself a little better. I had definitely had a couple days like for this month where like early on I was working through being sick, and I probably should have just taken more time off the stream as opposed to put more in, because I had to like literally take days off from work. Like thankfully I paid sick days, but those run out eventually. Measuring expectations is always huge, and like the next step is just to keep this consistency up, like figure out what content people like to see. You know, see.
I would love to for the specifically for like the YouTube video, since it's now out. I really want a lot of engagement on it to find out like if it's the kind of thing people want. So like I think a lot of this next month for me, besides doing the next episode of Overthinking It, will be like trying to figure out what best way to push the video out to people. I've already used my Facebook ad money to push a few things out there to see if that does anything. Because that's still a really confusing thing to me. I'm not good at the Facebook ads. I'm just not good at it. And I work with people who could probably teach me how to do it better. So I need to like talk to people about actually doing that and actually invest some time into learning how to market things, even though I hate it.
Yep. It's part of growing the brand, and because like we're two guys who are starting with like our only platform being a platform we also started ourselves. It's different. You know, it's that like
we need a celebrity appearance.
Yeah. It's that long.
Who's a celebrity who's not doing anything?
I don't know. Somebody on the internet, I'm sure. I'll just go walk around until Michael Cera walks into the Strat again.
Yeah, just go get Michael Cera.
Hey, Michael Cera, do you want to hang out with us today? Be really cool.
You know what? No, you know what? Well, let's get Elijah Wood. He seems like a dude I could chill with.
That would be cool. I'd be so into that. But man, all in all, I'm positive. Like going forward, I'm feeling good. A little drained, a little tired. Like we're literally gonna stop recording this, and I'm gonna go do a stream for 5 hours. Like that's life now.
And I'm probably going to. No, you know what? It's gonna be my relaxed day. I want to play some Kingdom Hearts 3 because I haven't gotten to.
Hey, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk over it.
Yeah, I'm not doing any work. I'm just playing for leisure's sake.
Yep. So. Yeah, I know like my like we talked about this on the New Year's thing. Like my goal for this year was to take better care of myself, and I've already failed a little. And that I hit a day like literally on Thursday. I was so like stressed and strung out just because of external things, like things that were like slightly beyond my control. That I took a sick day, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stay home. And I even did a bonus stream just so I had an excuse to play Kingdom Hearts and everything, because I just wanted to play and be a happy boy. So, you know,
I was also extremely stressed on Thursday.
Yeah. So, but anyway, guys, man, like seriously, like thanks everybody. You can find us on Patreon now. Patreon.com/RomanBear Productions. That's real.
Yeah, YouTube. Look us up, Roman Bear Productions. Remember, Roman Bear is one word until I can figure out how to fix that. And you can find us there. You can find us on Facebook.
So there's a reason. Roman Bear is supposed to be one word.
I know, but I'm saying if you look up Roman Bear as 2 words on YouTube, if you're just trying to look us up,
oh yeah, we don't
will
come
not
out
show up
at all. Which is weird.
Yeah.
We'll
that's
figure it
what
out.
I'm going to try and fix.
Maybe if we put it in the tags.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna look at. Because I did a little research on how to tag my video properly, and I think I got that right, but we'll see. I kind of like the advice of this video I watched where it's like, your first tag should literally just be the title of the video.
Yep.
And then however many ways you can split the title into different tags is your next step. So I did that, and past that, then you start thinking of like, what are things you would look up to look for that kind of content, and then try and do that. So, like,
smart.
We'll see. As far as like, I'm gonna try and work on the YouTube channel today a little bit, making it look good, all that stuff, and obsess over the numbers.
Hell yeah! So guys,
it ticked up.
It's been a good first month, and I think we'll try and do more of these check-ins. Maybe the next one will be like after the move or something like that. We'll do another episode like this where we kind of do a like kind of almost quarterly report for the next one. It's like, hey, we've been doing this for 4 months, and like how
I'll have like 4 episodes out by then, and we'll have been around for a while, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll have been going for a minute, and you'll be able to find the link to all the YouTubes and the Patreons and all that stuff if you want to check us out on all those things. It is much appreciated, and it'll be in the description bar area somewhere, wherever it is below us, below the little picture of us. That's where you'll find it. So it's been a good week. You can tell I've hit the rambly point. I'm a sleepy, tired boy. I might go lay down for like 20 minutes and have a sandwich. This has been We Coulda Done Porn. As always, I am Scott, joined by Aaron. And because this is our sign-off on the stream now, may your heart be your guiding key. Kingdom Hearts 3, play it. Bye, guys.
Bye.